Now, of course, this man is a member of one of the most successful groups to come out of Ireland. That's Boyzone. But today, he goes solo with a preview of his brand new single, and I know that you're all going to give the biggest welcome to Mikey Graham. Oh my goodness, I tell you.
That's a good
I've been having hot flushes ever since this lot came in.
Yeah.
Is it always like this wherever you go?
Well, not all the time now. With the band, yeah, but it's been quiet enough now that I've been doing the solo thing, you know. But God, I'm really surprised now. I'm flushing myself here, you know.
I'll tell you, I'm sure you hate it when all these girls go wild for
That's
you,
not too bad. It's not too
What
bad.
do you have to suffer? I know.
Yeah, the pain of it all.
I know. Are you excited by the fact that he's next to you?
Yes.
Can you contain yourself?
Yeah.
Just about. I noticed that knee was getting very close to me. Now listen, it's always a big decision, of course, when you're part of a very successful group to go solo. So is it nerve-wracking, exciting, or a mix of everything, really?
Well, I'm doing this promotion now about the last 2 or 3 months on my single, and initially it was quite scary, you know, but I've kind of gotten used to it now. And I thought it was over the nerves till I walked out here today and saw this.
Listen, you don't need to be nervous with this lot. They'll keep you right all afternoon. But is it a question that, you know, you've been with the band now, what, 7 years, and has there always been a little part of you when you're on stage thinking, hey, I'd like to do this out there on my own?
Yeah, I suppose there has been, but ever since I was a child, that's been there, you know, just the need to perform and to sing and to write songs and do stuff like that. And within Boyzone, at the concerts and stuff like that, I always did get out there on my own and do a song with guitar, wherever the case may be, you know, to show the fans and the people that there's a lot more talent within the band as well.
So if you've been writing songs since you were a lad, have you got drawers at home full of songs?
Yeah, I actually have, yeah. I first started writing songs at about 16 years of age and got my first guitar. That's where it all began, really, the process of becoming a
Who bought you your first one?
I bought it myself. Did
you have to save up?
I did. I had a job and I worked hard. I had 3 jobs at the one time, actually.
What were you doing?
I was working through the morning as a milkman.
Oh.
Well, a milkman's hand.
Oh, would you have liked him to calling at your doorstep?
It didn't look all that hot at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know? And then I worked in a department store as a porter during the daytime, and then I worked as a barman at night.
That's a lot of hard work.
I was like a zombie going around the place at that time. But I got my guitar.
You got your guitar, so the ambition began.
Yeah.
And of course, later on, we're definitely going to have a lot of time to talk about the new single, the sort of music that you're writing these days. But what are the boys all doing at the moment?
Well, what are they all doing? Ronan has been busy finishing his album. Stephen's also doing a solo career in the music business. Keith is doing FBI. It's
that's
a
doing
TV
the
series. He's doing some presentation. And Shane is off driving cars for Ford Motorsports.
Have you been handy with the cars because you're a motor mechanic?
Motor mechanic, yeah, I was, yeah. I'd like to dabble in that now and again.
Be under the bonnet now and again.
Yeah. But this time at my leisure, not having to do it. You know? Who's bonnet? Yeah.
But is it a question that when you live so closely together on tour and so on, that in a way it's great to have a break? That I'm not saying you'd love to see the back of each other, but you know, they just love you to have your own space.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, you know, spending 6, 7 years on tour, constantly living in each other's pockets. You know, we reached a time where we thought we wanted to do something new and branch out and go our separate ways for a while, you know. But I mean, to be honest, obviously, if you were living with your mother, whoever the case may be, you know, if it's that closely, at times there can be friction. But thankfully, you know, we've never fallen out seriously. Anybody, you know, if we ever had a problem, we'd always speak to each other about it and get it sorted out there.
And you sort of keep in touch with each other during this, yeah. Excellent. Well, we're really looking forward to a longer chat later on in the programme. Look at them all. Would you like to thank Mikey Graham for me? Are you all right now? The thing is, would you do me a favour? Would you look after Mikey for me while I do the next interview? Keep him company, will you? Oh, we're going all shy now. Well, obviously, as I said, we're going to be hearing a lot more from Mikey later on when he performs his brand new single, which is called You're My Angel, and it's all happening live here in the house. Now, our next guest has always had a way with words. He was Mrs. Thatcher's chief press secretary for 11 years, and his gruff, no-nonsense manner certainly suited the straight-talking premiership of the Iron Lady. From the Falklands crisis to the Westland affair, he always remained a very loyal and trusted ally. Now, during his time with Mrs. Thatcher, he travelled to 55 different countries, more than making up for not pursuing his youthful intention to become a geography teacher. Well, he's currently reliving those travels with Mrs. T on a lecture tour, and today he's taking a little bit of time out of that very busy schedule to join us in the house. Please give an equally big welcome, I have to tell you, to Sir Bernard Ingham. Now, and no matter what he tells you, I know that you're going to love him, so please welcome Mikey Graham. Okay.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Marvellous. It's marvellous to have to do this. What's that?
How much are you paying them to do that, huh?
I thought you should take them as your entourage.
There you go, yeah. Employ them all.
They'd be willing. I thought this would be a great opportunity today, because we have a few minutes to really talk about it. To talk about this whole Irish scene and your background in particular. Now, you're one of 7 children?
The youngest of 7 children, yeah. 5 girls, 2 boys, and all into music. Always have been.
In what way? I mean, was everybody made to learn how to play music?
I wouldn't say made to learn at all. My mother and father have always been quite musical. My mother played in a band when she was a young girl herself.
What did she play?
Well, not instrument-wise, sorry, singing, you know, in a band. And then the father, you know, again, he's into the singing and the whole lot and plays harmonica, which I now play as well.
Is he a good singer?
He's a very good singer, yeah.
And what kind of songs? Irish stuff or pop
stuff? Well, I mean, from their era, you know what I mean, those type of songs that would be around. I couldn't tell you half of the names of them now, but I just know, you know.
But in other words, like a lot of Irish people, he sings at the drop of a hat.
Basically, yeah.
So as a child, I mean, because I know that in a lot of Irish households, north and south of the border, it's expected in a way that you go off and do something, either elocution, singing, dancing, whatever.
Yeah.
So what were you sent to do?
At 5 years of age, being the youngest of 7 children and the madness in the home at that time with loads of kids and what have you, I was sent off to stage training school. Didn't really want to go. You know, I wanted to be just hanging around the place and dossing, whatever, you know. So I was sent there along with my best mate, Shane Murray, who was also the youngest of 7 children, you know. So we went along there, and I ended up spending 10 years there.
And was it like once or twice a week or something, or full time?
Twice a week. You probably heard of it, the Billy Barry School.
Oh,
did you?
yes,
Yeah,
of course, famous.
So I went there anyway for 10 years and learned how to, well, just dancing and singing, doing shows, all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Was it tap dancing as well? Irish dancing?
Yeah. Well, tap dancing, I didn't do Irish dancing.
Didn't do Irish at all?
Yeah.
You must be the only boy in the south of Ireland that didn't do Irish dancing.
Probably, yeah. But no, I really enjoyed my time there. But as I got older, like 15, I started getting into kind of older music, I suppose, and girls as well, and, you know, didn't want to be kind of seeing dancing all over the place, you know, and that got me into trouble.
Did you have to do auditions and things from the stage school?
For the stage school?
No, were you sent out from the stage school?
Yeah, to do different kinds of auditions, yeah, for, well, different shows and all. You probably heard of Susan McCann, I'm sure you've heard of her. There was one particular thing I did with her, was the Sound of Music, and we travelled all over Ireland doing stuff like that. And I was the younger brother in it, singing the high notes. Can't do them anymore. Yeah.
Actually, I just want to check, do we have a rather special piece of film standing by that we can show Mikey now?
What's this
one goes back a year or 2. You may not even remember this particular one, but this...
I wasn't expecting this, so I'm
sort
sure.
of goes back to audition time, so let's have a look at this.
Yeah.
You can afford all-day warmth all winter, because now night storage heaters use half-price electricity. Half-price electricity runs these new slimline storage heaters, which are smarter, more efficient, more controllable than ever before. You've no fuel to handle, no smoke or fumes, no cleaning out. This new booklet tells you about all kinds of electric heating. Night storage heaters and half-price electricity. Life is better when you heat electric.
That's amazing. I got it. Fair play to you for getting your hands on that. I think I only ever seen it once or twice on TV when I was a kid, you know.
I love that. But, we'll have to get you a copy of that so that you
can... I'd love to have that, yeah. That was the beginning of it. I remember when I did it, and then all of a sudden I was a star around the area I grew up in, you know. So, yeah.
Our Mikey on the telly.
It wasn't a bad-looking kid, sure it wasn't.
Haven't turned out so bad yourself now.
Well...